You know, the other thing is with probation and parole, it's amazing that the people that's over me, they would like to be a part of these new laws because they're saying, hey, hold up, they're doing things that make no sense whatsoever, but that making sense is one thing. Good government is something else, okay? But it is all about people getting elected, and when Governor General was in there for 8 years, that was his thing about being hard on sex offenders, you know.
When I first moved here from Connecticut, I worked at a victim services agency for the state, and we were involved in legislation. We were at the table with probation parole. I moved here, relocated back to my home state, and I was talking to somebody in probation and parole at the state level, and I said, do y'all have victim advocates on that level? Do you do any of that? And he said no, and I told him about the program in Connecticut. And he goes, that all sounds great, but there's not a legislator that's going to support any of these bills because they all want to get reelected. So, you know, right there in government, I heard somebody go, those are great ideas, and those are like common sense ideas. I have yet to see how the registration has kept us safer, has decreased crime, has stopped sexual abuse. You know, it hasn't stopped Mario Batali and these high, you know, profile people that we're seeing in Hollywood and all over the industry. It's not based in any fact. It's based in fear.
That's correct.
And so, you know, at least like some kind of study on its effectiveness.
I actually asked for that. I was like, can we please, because Senator Barrow asked me at the table, I don't know which ones you were there for or anything like that, and I said, before you go and increase all these penalties, can there please be a study? But I do know for a fact, after these increases in this other thing, they said, this is sort of, we have to pretend like we're still tough on crime while we get all this other justice reinvestment that was solely to get the vote thing. So now you're going to have your right to vote, but there are going to be other increases. And it's like, you know, it's the balance of what Republicans are going to, it's going to be Republicans who display all this in the next election cycle as like, oh, see? And it's a balance. I get why the Edwards administration wants to say, but look, we're tough on sex offenders still, you know, it's that weird balance, that delicate balance they have to do. One of the things, like I actually have a goal of running for office because I'm sick of seeing the things that have been happening in our legislature, and I'm pissed off, I guess, because all this tough on crime thing hurts victims. We don't have funding for victims. This thing, now I'm like, okay, so you're getting IDs every year. And all the costs to increase penalties that are increasing incarceration. We have no money for victim services. Where's that money going? Let's reinvest the money.